Hey, what's up guys, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to make your own Neon Water 1v1 map. You guys seem to like my other how to make videos, so we're back with another. If you do want to see more, make sure to drop a like on this video. If this video does get 15,000 likes, I'll continue to do these types of videos. And before I get into it, I just want to say that this video isn't a tutorial on how to use every little feature in Creative. This map did take hours to make, and I do have to condense that into this short video, so do keep that in mind. As some of you may know, I have switched to PC recently, still in control of those, so don't worry. If you do want to see some behind the scenes stuff, including my setup, here's my Snapchat. Otherwise, all my other socials are at the bottom of the screen. But with that being said, let's get into it. Alright, so here is the map, and the code is up on screen now for any of you who just want to jump in and start playing. And as soon as you spawn in, if you just press that support a creator button and use code FLEA in the item shop, it does support me making more maps just like this. I'd really appreciate it. So pretty much as soon as you spawn in, there'll be a chest right in front of you, and on the left side you got the combat and the tac AR, and on the right side you got a pump and a scar, and then in the chest it's just everything else you might need in a 1v1. It kind of went off the theme of my last map, but this time I've got like layers of water blocks leading up to the top, and it's surrounded by neon lights, which I thought was pretty cool. And something else that I thought was pretty cool is that when you build a bit of wood here, the fire kind of like burns up the wood, and it makes for like some really sick glow effect. I haven't really seen anyone do this. This was kind of original idea I came up with a while ago, but I definitely see a lot more people doing this in their 1v1 worlds, just putting fire at the bottom here. And I'll show you how to do all this when we make the map. It is a lot harder to make than it looks. Without further ado, let's get into how to make the map. Alright, so before I delete this whole thing and start from scratch, I'm just going to kind of quickly show you guys how I did it. So basically, these are all just water blocks stuck together. That's plain and simple. We got water blocks kind of layering up to the top here. So down here I have a barrier that just makes it so you can walk on all this outside water. And for each layer, I actually have white blocks inside of it. So as you can see, if I just angle my camera right, there's actually white blocks in there that allow you to walk on this area. And then overlaying those white blocks are just the water blocks. And then I have the neon lights on top of that. I have some normal like stage lights here just in the corners to give it that little effect. With the ramps, I just did normal ramps just with little neon lights. And to get the fire that burns your ramp, is just a bunch of torches, as you can see underneath there. So I feel like that's definitely going to be a trend after this video. So that's pretty much me explaining it. Let's get into building it. Alright, so I've moved my webcam out of the way, and I have the tools enlarged under me, just so you can see all my settings while I'm building stuff. So the first thing you want to do is you want to come to the center of the map, and the center of the map is this little dot here. You just want to go one to the left of it. It doesn't have to be perfect, but that's about the center of the block. Then you want to go into your devices tab and grab the barrier, and the settings you want for your barrier are off, enabled off, 70 and 70 and 1. It's created a barrier that will allow you to walk on water. So now press on your inventory, go into the galleries tab and grab your elemental cubes gallery and just throw that down. You want to pick up this water block. So I've drops off grid snap on 4, and I'm just going to hold to resize to turn that on, and then I'm just going to hold R1. That's just going to resize the whole thing to its maximum size. Then I'm going to go into the corner and place 2 walls up, and as you can see, it's in line with my barrier. Then I'm going to copy my water block that's on grid snap 4 and just place that right on that wall in the corner there. So as you can see, that's nice and flush with the corner. I can now delete those 2 walls, and that barrier is going to allow me to walk on this water. So all I got to do now is just fill the whole map up with water. So on grid snap 4, these should just snap in place really nicely. Don't worry, you're not going to have to cover the whole map like this. And I just select a row like this, copy it from this end, and I use my up arrow to push it away from me so I can get a better angle on it. And then I just paste it like that. And that's the whole map covered with water. Now the next thing you're going to want to do is go into the galleries tab again and get the cube gallery large, ring gallery A, ambient gallery large, and structures gallery reflective black. I like to throw them down over the back here, which means if I just throw these down here, should be able to see it all under the water. So it may seem like a tight fit, but we got them all under here. Now I'm just going to grab a wall and build up 3 squares. So 1, 2, 3. Now grab some floors and build 2 in the center, and then you're just going to build around that. Grab some ramps and place them in the center. So now what you want to do is you want to place a wall and you want to pick up one of these water blocks. Now these water blocks aren't the right size and height, because as you can see, if I place that water block, I want 2 water blocks to make up that one wall. But as you can see, this water block is way too big. If I edit the wall, halfway is about here. So I need to shrink that block down in height. So I'm going to pick up that wall with L2. I'm going to go hold to resize, which is circle. And I'm going to press right D-pad until it says height. And then I'm going to press L1 until I think it's halfway on the wall. So to check if they're the perfect height, you edit a wall. And as you can see, there's white lines going through those edits. And if that water matches exactly up with that white line, then you've got the perfect height. Don't change any other size of the water block, just the height. So now we've got the perfect height and water blocks. I'm just going to place these under the starting podium. And now we've got that in place. We're just going to copy R2 and we're just going to paste that in right there. And these water blocks will overlap, but that doesn't matter. And now I'm just going to continue that all the way down. And once it's done, it should look like this. So you're going to leave the top like this for now. I'm going to fill that in with water later. The next thing you're going to want to do is grab your neon lights. So I'm just going to go for pink like last time. And you want to make sure resize is on. And you just want to play around with it until you get it nice and square. I just press R1 a bit. I can square that up a little bit. And then once I've done that, I hold circle. And that's going to turn resize off, which means I can rotate it. And I just want to rotate that down. And then if I put that in place, once again on Grid Snap 4. So just R2. And these just click in very easily. And you just want to do this around the top and every single layer. Alrighty, and we're done. And if you want to get a bit ahead of yourself, you can go into game settings, time of day 10 PM, default, fog thickness 0, fog color magenta. Alright, it's starting to come along quite nicely. Grab those same LED bars, change your grid snap to 16, and then you just want to place these in the stairs. Alright, so that's the stairs done, and now we're going to add the fire to the bottom of the stairs. So you just want to go over your torches. I'm going to use purple fire, so I'm just going to have rotation axis on pitch, and I'm just going to pitch it once that way, so the flames are facing upwards. I just had to delete that water so I could get a better view. So just go up top to make sure they're good, and mine looks pretty good. So I'm just going to press R2, move it over 1. Going to keep doing that all the way across. Alrighty, and now I go check what that looks like up above. And that's perfect. Next, we're just going to grab another prefab. So just go into galleries and go into the ambient gallery. I'm going to throw mine down over here. And I'm just going to grab these purple lights. I'm going to put these on Grid Snap 16 and just place them in the corners of my world. Just gives it a little extra effect. So you're just going to do this in all the corners. It also doesn't hurt to add 2 more to the side here. It just gives the wall a nice effect. Now the next part is kind of a hard part, so definitely pay attention here. I'm going to resize the depth or whatever is going to make it longer for you. So I'm just going to grab that height and take it down a bit. Yeah, that looks about right. I'm just going to pick that up. So I'll just get rid of that water block for now. I just want it 1 more down, so make sure you're on Grid Snap 16 by the way. Just push it down 1. And then that's going to be perfect right there. So you're just going to have to do that all the way around on every single layer. As you can see, you can't see the white block. And it just allows you to walk on this here. The quickest way I found to do this is just to delete all the water blocks here. They're really easy to place back on Grid Snap 4. And now we're done. So it looks the same, but now you can run on each layer. So next we're going to add in the remaining LEDs, and I'm just going to rotate them so they stand upwards. And now next we're going to add in the bottom row of LEDs. So I'm just going to pick up one of these. They kind of look a bit thin, so you just want to make them a little bit bigger. Yeah, that looks pretty good to me. So now I'm just going to place all these at the bottom. And if you have resized them, you're going to have to place them on Gridlock 16 because it messes up the spacing. So just keep that in mind. Alrighty, and that's all that done. So now we're going to go ahead, go into our inventory, go to devices, and we're just going to grab player spawns and item spawners. And I'm just going to do the same weapons I had last time. And these are the settings I use for each item spawner. And these are the settings for my player spawner. Then I'm going to go and grab the large neon ring. And I'm just going to place it there for now. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick up this water block. Make sure I'm on grid snap 16. And I'm just going to do one layer above. And then I'm going to grab these rings and they're going to go around the weapons. And I'm going to turn drops on. And to get these perfect, you can just put on grid snap 2 and that will just grid snap literally right in the spot. And now I'm going to go ahead and add a bunch of weapons to the chest. And these are the things I got on my chest. And now the chests are in place. Now I'm just going to go ahead and customize all my settings and then start the game. So now we're just going to start the game and test for any bugs. Make sure everything's working alright. So all the weapons spawn in instantly. Looks good. I can build here and it doesn't destroy any LEDs. That's good. I can walk down here. And this is all good, and the barrier should work as well. So the barrier does work. I can walk on water, so just making sure I can build everywhere. And now you're just going to delete all your presets that you didn't use. Alright, and that's pretty much it on how to make your own Neon Water 1v1 map. Hopefully that wasn't too confusing. Let me know in the comments about any improvements with these types of videos. I'll also publish this map I made just in case the other one has some bugs. So here's the code. If you did decide to make this map or even just use it, definitely tweet me screenshots at FleaYT. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.